Instagram
at Power 108.9
and Facebook
at Power 108.9.
it's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9.
Okay.
Power 108.9, a station for the people. I'd like to welcome everybody.
The number one favorite station at ATL, Power 108.9.
Yo, it's Michael McFadden of Power 108.9, and I want to ask you a question. Are you looking for a new house? If so, you need to holler at our guy, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. AlvinJameson.com. Yeah, Alvin like the chipmunk, and Jameson like that fine whiskey. Not only can he help you on the purchase of that new home, he can also assist you on that refinance as well. So whether it's FHA, conventional, and of course that VA home loan that you sitting on right now, yo, call Alvin Jameson. 404-587-9033. Once again, 404-587-9033. Trust the guy we trust here at Power 108.9. Alvin Jameson. AlvinJameson.com, or just call him 404-587-9033. And of course, tell him you heard it right here on Power 108.9. Let's go. He made you go to church on New Year's Eve. You couldn't turn up.
He said he didn't want to go to church. He didn't want to bring New Year's Eve in at the church.
Me and Joshua went to church one New Year's Eve. Boy, I think I had got me a little cocktail before. Boy, I was in that boy crying. I was crying.
You was crying?
I was giving myself to the Lord. Jesus.
Take it to the altar. Did the deacons walk up and get your name and information?
Yeah.
And they asked you, this is Michael McFadden, and he today is dedicating his life to the Lord.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
The opinions and views expressed by this program are those of the program host, and guest, and do not necessarily reflect the views of Power 108.9 and its officials. We hope you enjoy.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's
Vibing.
up, good people? You are tuned into Conscious Intercourse on Power 108.9.
Conscious Intercourse.
Your host, Armand Kadima.
Peace.
And co-host myself, Ebony M. Appeal. What's up?
Beautiful people, conscious people. What's good?
How y'all doing out there? What's the vibe like?
Woo!
What's the energy like? How you feeling?
Right? How you vibrating?
How you vibrating? You know?
You know.
Yes.
Some people say it's hump day.
Yes, it's hump day.
What does that mean?
It's the middle of the week. It's the hump that you got to get over to get to the other side.
Oh, that's what that means.
That's
Like
part
a
of
camel's
it.
hump.
Like a camel's hump.
Got you.
It could be that.
Hump day it is, right?
You know, hump day. Still in this retrograde, right?
Retrograde. Ooh wee. Mercury, right?
Still in this Mercury retrograde.
Yeah,
Trying to work through it for those who are familiar.
The energy's been crazy, right? The retrograde energy.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Right. TV stopped working the other day. Phone been tripping.
Right.
Laptop been
Technology is
tripping.
all out of whack. I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but pay attention to that around this time. When we mention that, see if you notice anything.
Right.
See if you notice anything.
Communication is thrown off.
Right.
My Uber Eats order is messed up. I'm getting other people's food. Literally.
Right. Literally. That
like,
did happen.
Uber Eats has been screwing up everything lately.
Oh, man.
Man.
Blame it on the retrograde.
Right?
I'm just blaming everything on the retrograde right now. Like, you know what?
You know.
Let it go.
You know, your husband, boyfriend, wife,
Significant
girlfriend,
others, whatever it is, you know
your
what?
children.
Blame
Everybody tripping right now. Energy just off, stressing you the hell out. Like everybody's stressed right now. Your boss, your job, like ain't nothing working right now.
Blame it on the retrograde.
You know, the stock market. Everything, inflation, everything just right.
Yeah, just gotta focus on the things you can control, right?
What is that?
I don't know.
Just something you can control?
Hey, yourself, and how you react to these things.
I don't even know about that.
You know, you let it stress you. You let it stress you. You just gotta learn to release and let go.
Release and let go.
Release and let go of what you can't control. Which leads us.
Let go and what? And let God, right?
Let go
There used to
and
be a
let
song
God.
we used to sing back in the days. You gotta let go and let God have his way. Yo, we used to sing that
Is
song
that a
at
church song? Yeah.
Man, gotta let go and let God.
You got to.
You know?
You got to, because sometimes when you force things, you make situations worse. You
Jesus,
gotta-
take a wheel.
Please take the wheel. Exactly. I
the
can't
wheel.
no more. I can't do it. You know, that brings us to today's topic, which is let go. You know, and how do you know when to let go? You know,
When
and
it gets too hot.
when or when to hold on, when to fight for something.
Right.
You know, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right.
But how do you know?
How do you know, right? And why do you have to let go? Right?
You know, I think you come to a point where you should let go when you feel it's weighing on your soul, weighing on your peace of mind. You know, it just becomes too much a burden to carry.
But what exactly are we talking about here?
Whatever, anything
Anything.
that disrupts your peace,
Like your
of
job.
mind. Like your job.
How you gonna pay your bills?
Hey, figure something else out.
Let go.
Okay, let go.
I'm like,
Yes, whether you choose your children, bye.
let go to children.
Let go, like bye.
What?
I'm done. I can't do this no more. Y'all got it.
Let go to children.
Figure it out.
Let go to job. let go to relationship.
Let go to relationship. You know,
just let
But
all
no,
go.
no, on no seriousness. Like some things you really have to just let go. You know,
How do you know?
Because if it weighs on your heart, your conscience, your peace of mind, it's not worth it. It's too much. Right? And I think that's a sign when it disrupts your peace. It's a sign to let it go.
But how can your peace be disrupted? Isn't your peace like your inherent right to just be peaceful? Like, how can somebody else or something else take your peace away? Right?
Because it
Or
happens.
disturb
I
it?
mean, it's unfortunate. It shouldn't be that easy for things to come in and disturb our peace, but it is. It happens. Energy is contagious, you know, and it's transferable. So you got to try to remove yourself from those environments that's causing, you know, unrest.
But that unrest ultimately is within you, though, right?
Absolutely.
So,
And that's a discipline. So you're speaking of a discipline, to have self-discipline, to not allow that.
So are these things the root cause of the stress?
What, not having self-discipline?
Or, I mean, just because we're saying, okay, we're blaming or identifying the source of our distress as these external things: the children, the husband, the wife, the job, right?
Right.
The Uber driver.
Right.
That messed up. You got the wrong order, right?
Right.
There's all the weather, right? The stock market. Like, there's all these things externally that are happening
Right.
that are causing your distress,
Right.
right? Right. Can you really stop these things from happening?
No, you cannot. Because these are the things that's beyond your control.
Can you let them go?
Some things you can. And that's the part of deciphering what you let go, what you work through. You know, you have to know how to distinguish those things.
Okay. So how does that commence? Like, how do you begin to distinguish? What is the process? Okay, we talk about letting go. Like, how do you even like? Okay, certain things I get it. You got to let go, right? Certain things you got to push through. Like, how do you really know which
Okay.
what's what? Like,
Let's
how do you
start
know?
with- let's start with relationships. Okay.
No, let's
Let's
not go.
just-
Let's not go there.
What
Well, we got
going
to
there?
start with the hardest thing.
'Cause
Can we just do easy? Let's
No,
go
you
down.
start
It's
with the
hump day.
hardest thing. You start with the hardest thing, and then you ease it out.
Like,
Okay.
all right, we'll go with the hardest thing. Relationships. Okay.
Relationships. Now, we all know relationships can be difficult. Nothing, nothing worth having is going to be easy.
I love that saying.
I believe that.
Okay.
I really believe that.
Nothing worth having is going to be easy.
Right.
Okay. Got it.
But at the same time, you cannot allow it to disturb your peace. You're gonna have moments, but it's like, okay, this is just too much. Like we're
Okay.
always fighting.
Okay.
We can't come to common ground.
Yes.
You come in with an attitude. We're giving each other the silent treatment.
Ooh.
We can't compromise, or should we compromise? What is compromise? Like what? Like it's like you have to find when it's like, all right, I give up. I can't do this anymore. It's not worth it.
Okay. That's interesting. So you get to the point where it's not worth it. You're like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Right?
Right.
The fussing,
The fighting.
the
The lack of sleep. Because
Yeah, well, yeah, that's got to go.
because we know what happens when you don't sleep. That causes all type of issues and stress.
Yeah.
Stress to take you out of here. Seriously. So
So
who
true.
are you going to allow somebody to do that? Stress you out that much? Were you sick? And
Yeah, right.
you're stressing. No. You may
Yeah.
love that person, but you
Exactly.
can love someone and let them go.
Let them go.
You know?
Show them the door, right?
You always trying to, get somebody to see your point of view, or always feel like you got to prove yourself to somebody, and it don't matter how hard you try, they not going to get it. They not going to see nothing past themselves or their needs and, their desires. Some people can't see past that.
Indeed. Right.
Not saying don't try. I'm not suggesting that you don't try. But it's like when you get to that point where you've tried and you tried again.
But how do you know that you've tried enough, right? Right?
Mr. Producer.
Right?
You know when you tried enough, like I said, when it's just start to weigh on your health, weigh on your mental.
Okay.
It's like breaking it down. What's easy, what's hard, right? And you got to decipher. All right, you got to like make a list. All right, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? Does the good outweigh the bad? Is it more hard than easy? And if the hard is just too much, then that's saying let it go.
So if it gets too hard, let it go. Is that what I'm hearing
If
here?
there's too much hard and not enough, if
But you
there's
just
too much,
said that.
it's like weighing it. We fight too much. We don't have
Nothing-
enough love. We don't have enough good times and good moments. It's like those things are out the door now. We look at each other. We come into the room. You always comparing it to what in a relationship. You kind of always comparing it to how things were in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
You meet in the beginning, it's just so blissful. It's just so beautiful. You
It's
see each
easy.
other. You see each other. You light up.
It's
You just
easy,
like,
yeah.
oh my God. walk
Everything
into a
is
room.
easy,
Everything
right?
is new and
It's easy to talk, to have conversations, to find some place to eat. Like everything's easy,
Everything's
right?
easy.
You're, conversation was, as I mentioned earlier, picking a movie, right? Picking a place to go, right? It's like you speak each other's words before they
Right,
come out of
finish
each other's
other's
mind.
sentences and
Exactly, right?
stuff.
Everything is easy, right?
Right.
Then life jumps in, right? And that's like, okay.
Which could be responsibilities.
Responsibilities, exactly, right?
Now the relationship has evolved into duty and responsibility.
The hard stuff comes in,
comes
right?
in.
And it's like, okay, we got to pay bills,
Yeah.
because we got to help each other, right? Or whatever, right? Because typically when we get in a relationship, there's a sense of dependency on one another because most people find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, right?
Right.
So financial survival
hardship.
or
Yeah.
financial, financial. So I guess I'm gonna say survival, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ability to pay bills, to do all these things that are required of us
Mm-hmm.
to keep a more, whether it's rent, mortgage, utilities, gas, light, gas in the car,
Children.
children. There's all these financial things. So when you're in a
Mhm.
relationship and it's romantic and you're evolving, then the easy stuff is great, right?
Yeah.
Then the hard stuff comes in, the finances.
And it's
right?
usually finance. Finance is usually the core of a lot of
That's the hard stuff, finances, right?
relationship problems. Absolutely. It's finances.
Okay.
You know?
So finances is hard. So we're gonna say that we
To
identify
some
that
people,
as
yeah.
yeah.
To most people.
I mean, yeah, financial. We're in the age of financial bondage in a sense. So financial hardship is a
Absolutely.
major challenge.
Absolutely.
So okay, what else?
Um, just as people, we space, right?
Ooh, space.
Sometimes we need space
Space. That is so profound.
and we don't recognize it. It's like we're around each other all the time. It's all so good. And it's like, ugh. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, there she go. Oh, it's just him. Oh, it's just her.
space.
Like, oh, maybe we need a little break. You
right?
know?
To miss each other a little
Miss
bit.
each other a little bit. And that, believe it or not, it works.
So space to me, yeah. So
Space.
that's self.
Giving each other time to process things. See, we are individuals. We cannot, just disregard the fact that we all have individual needs. Even though we come together in relationships as couples
Yeah.
and love each other, we still have individual needs and things that we have to process individually.
Indeed.
And we need space sometime to do that.
Space to process is very critical, right?
Yeah.
Because things happen, you say things, or you don't say things. One person likes to talk, the other person is real quiet. They want to, reserve things until they mull them over, for 3, 4, 5 days.
But
Where-
even that, it's all on how you perceive that. Because like you said, somebody could be talkative, the other person
Yeah.
could be not, and you could be like, "Oh, you giving me the silent treatment," and it could not be that. It could be just that person may not be the type that want to speak every time something comes to their mind. Like me, for instance. Like I like to process things. I don't like to
Okay.
speak, especially when I'm angry.
Angry?
When I'm angry or
Angry?
or frustrated. I don't like to speak out of anger or frustration. I like to process it because it can come, whatever can come out my mouth in those moments just may not be a good thing. It just may not come out,
Right?
the way I want it to come across or come out because I'm angry.
Yeah.
But if I take a moment to just give me a beat, just let me process it. Let me go think about it first before I speak. I'm that kind of person, but not everybody is like that. Some people just like, and then it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Then I'm silent.
Some people process faster than others. It may take you 4 days to process. Takes me 4 seconds. So I'm like, okay, I'll
is
process
true.
it. So I get it out.
This is true.
Because I'll process it.
This is very true.
So it's getting to know the person, right?
Right.
And learning to identify whether or not you being with that person is actually worth it, right? Like you said, it's identifying, is this worth it for me?
Right.
Is this beneficial for, do I have to struggle right now for some type of better benefit down the line, right? Because ultimately it also comes down to making a list of pros and cons, right?
Right.
Are there more pros
Then cons.
than cons in this relationship, right?
Right.
And do they align with one another? Are these difficulties in the beginning, right? Is the person receptive, willing to change and evolve, right?
Right.
Those are a lot of different things, right? Is this
Right.
person just hard-headed and not willing to adjust? Is it always their way or the highway? Is it, so there's a lot of factors that go into that. Only the people within the dynamic can truly, assess whether or not it's worth it or not, right?
Right.
And then I suppose once you're able to do that, then you can decide whether or not it's worth
It's even worth
sticking
it.
through, or
Right.
is it something that you just got to let
Gotta
go
let
right
go
now?
and let God. Because sometimes it could even just be a break,
Okay.
right? Especially when you around each other all the time.
So,
Like-
so is being around each other all the time not a good thing?
I don't know. It depends. It's some for
I
some.
think you're onto something.
I mean, I don't know.
So-
Sometimes people can grow. It's like being claustrophobic. It's like Like I just maybe I wanna do something that you don't like for a minute, or maybe you don't like certain TV shows, but you're
Yeah.
always around, and I want to watch my TV show. You don't like when I'm chewing gum and popping in my gum, but I want some gum right now, and I want to pop my gum, or whatever. It can be something petty, something serious, but just having your space sometimes, I think, is important. And not
Yeah.
saying that you could, if you got a house, like you go over there.
The man cave. Go in the man cave.
Go in your man cave.
Yeah. What's the woman's?
The she shed or
The she shed? You just made that up.
I did not.
Because the man has
There
a
is a
cave.
she
A woman
shed.
has a what? A tent?
Oh my God. Anyway, this your space.
the red tent.
Your space, whatever that is. It's like you should both respectfully allow that. And if it's I'm going out with my girls, I'm going out with my guys, like
Yeah.
do
So
that.
so finding things to do outside of each other.
Yeah. Let's giving each other some space,
But why is that? Why do we need space though? Like you're so in love, you're feeling this person. Like, what do you need space? I don't get it.
It's
Like, why do you
nothing
need
wrong
space?
with. You could be in love, but you need space because you
Why?
need. What do you mean?
Is it naturally who we are that we
Yes.
need to separate ourselves from
Sometimes.
things?
Sometimes. And if you're speaking like attachment, like
You brought up that word,
And,
attachment. We're getting too attached to each other. Is that it seems like that's a bad thing.
let me say something. I don't mind that. I like attachment sometimes. Like, I like to snuggle and be around my guy and just, we do the stay at home,
Yeah.
sit on the couch,
Be
watch a
under-
movie,
be under his
up
t-shirt. Yeah.
right up under your t-shirt. Like
Yeah.
right there. I that's me. I could do that. But all the time, no.
No, you want time to.
Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when and if you know your mate well enough, you can feel those energy changes.
Okay.
It shouldn't even have to be a big conversation. You should be able to pay attention to things and know when it's time to just give your partner some space.
Okay. So, so is it a matter that a lot of these issues could simply be related to space? People just getting like
I think it's one of the issues. I think
claustrophobic or whatever you want to call it, right? The lack of space, right? Because I'm trying to understand what is psychologically necessary as to why we need space, right? Because I think a lot of us, I've had that, circumstance where I've been in a dynamic where, I'm in love, I'm feeling good, everything is great, but then it's like a certain point comes about where it's like you're getting on my nerves, like. like go somewhere, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I just want to be alone. Like,
Yes.
get off of me. Like, I'm doing something right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
but what is that?
It could be many different things for many different people.
But then you could go around and be somebody else and not feel that way. You just don't. You want to be away from that person, that energy.
Perhaps.
But for example, when I was younger and I was dating, I could be tired of this one person and they get on my nerves, but I want somebody else. But I get around somebody else, I'm like, oh, this is great.
Because it's new.
Exactly. So
That's
it's
the
like,
thing. Once things get familiar, and that's just how people are.
so see, something gets familiar. Like it's like that toy, right? Oh man, I'm tired
Right.
of playing with this toy.
I
Let me
want
get a different
get
toy.
a new toy to
So
play
it's just
with.
is that naturally who we are?
Possibly.
That we need just variety and change.
Possibly, or space. It may not.
But space
necessarily
has changed,
be,
though.
Space has changed, but it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be variety, because when you say variety. Yeah. When you say variety, I'm not saying that. Oh, you should go out here and sleep with multiple people,
Not
or be
sleep,
with
just go have a dinner.
or entertain multiple people, whatever.
Just go to the movies.
But those things, and if you're in a committed relationship, you have to be responsible. Now and if we're talking about a marriage or a committed relationship, then you have to
Those
be responsible.
words.
Hey, not everybody are afraid of those words. It's real life. Right?
It's a man thing.
I don't know. It's a you thing. Not everybody is afraid of that, right? I'm just saying.
Can we take a poll in here? Is there a poll? We need to install a poll in here. Not one of those polls that you're thinking about. Just like
you're thinking about. I'm not thinking.
we need a poll. Okay.
Sometimes you just need space
Space to do what?
to think. To
People don't
process your
like to
own
think.
thoughts.
People don't like to do that. It's called
Oh,
meditation. People don't like to do that.
And you need space to meditate, right?
You do.
You do. So it could just very well be that.
Okay.
Meditating.
So once you go, okay, incorporate. So we need to incorporate space, right? So are these? What are we talking about as far as space? Are these like tactics or techniques to incorporate in a dynamic where you find yourself overwhelmed or stressed with someone?
Right.
Are these some of the methodologies that you have to incorporate to evaluate whether or not this is worth
Yes.
maintaining or worth
Absolutely.
letting go?
I believe
So it's like after you incorporate all these things, right? Whether it's like we talked about, a good deal about space, we get that. There's other things as well, right? There's people talk about counseling, guidance on figuring out, compatibility, right? That's another great word, right?
compatibility.
Like-
are we even compatible?
Exactly, because it's like, why do you have to let go and let God, right? Did you begin to let God?
Did you?
It's a great
Are
question.
you operating out of lust?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it love? Is it really love? Is it
love?
lust?
Is
Do
it
we,
the- is it
have
the-
we
is it-
come
it-
to this
yeah.
point because the lust has run dry?
Is it dependency,
Is it dependency?
right?
Is it just attachment, or is it just loneliness, and you feel like you just want somebody there? Then you just grow tired of this person, and you just want somebody new.
Yeah.
That it never was really love anyway. You were just lonely and trying to have somebody fill a void.
Exactly, right? Companionship, loneliness. So a lot of things happen, right? There is dynamics where people do things or don't do things, or you have expectations and people don't meet these expectations. So you get to that point of frustration because of the presence of something or the lack thereof.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Either somebody's not owning up their end of the bargain, somebody lied, somebody misled you. So all these things, right, that occur when you reach that point. It's like you have a list of things that are causing you stress, right? Is it, are they cheating, or are they always, passing gas in the bed at nighttime when it's time to go to bed? Snoring, right?
Are they triggering some things that's undealt with within you? Some
Exactly,
things that you
right.
haven't healed from.
Exactly. So it's
You know?
identifying these things. Like, is this person actually there to help you evolve and, like you said, deal past certain things?
Right.
Like, are you aware of those things?
Right.
How are they reflecting yourself? Because a lot of times what we see in others is
Has
a reflection
everything
of
to do
ourselves.
with ourselves. Absolutely.
So then how do you know, is it letting go? Perhaps you unwilling to truly face yourself?
It could be.
Like, is this situation harmful to you? Is it, I understand letting go when something's detrimental, harmful. When it comes to domestic abuse, like there's no tolerance for that at all.
Right.
Right. When it comes to certain things, right? If you have if you're in a committed relationship, infidelity, or the lack of transparency or lying, right? There's certain things to me I feel like are deal breakers, right? Based on your arrangement, based on your dynamic.
Right.
So outside of those things, are the things that you're having issues with detrimental to your well-being?
That's what you have to process. That's what you need space and time to meditate to process.
Yeah. And from a compatibility perspective, are you simply just incompatible? Was there infatuation in the beginning, right?
Right.
And then the infatuation wears off, and then incompatibility issues then arise. Are you truly incompatible?
Right.
Right? So there's a lot of factors that,
That plays into what
Yeah.
deciphering whether or not you should let something or somebody go.
yeah. But is it letting go, meaning that you're kicking them out? Or is it letting go, just saying, you know what, I surrender. I'm just going to allow this thing to take its course. So what does that let go mean? Because it can mean a lot of different things.
It
Like I
can.
just said, it could be
That's
like,
what I'm
okay,
saying. That's what you have to figure out. You
Like-
could be like, I'm gonna let God take the wheel. I'm gonna lead this in God's hand and just go. But if it's still affecting your peace of mind, your health or whatever, then I mean let it go. Get rid of it.
Get out of it.
Get out of it. Yes.
Okay, run.
fast.
So get out then.
Get out.
Yes. Uh-oh.
So
Oh, wow.
really?
Wow. So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. No,
Right.
because some people need space. And
Well, what does the comment say?
Yeah, somebody said space my ass. Okay, well, hey, but then that could be somebody that got attachment issues. You know, I'm just saying.
Space my ass.
Because somebody hears space and it's like, oh no, they're going to go mess with someone else, or maybe it's someone else involved.
So the insecurities.
Then you bringing up insecurities, and it could really just mean I just need time to think. I just need time to process. It's just a lot happening so fast that I can't process. You're always around, so
So how do you process that in a 1-bedroom apartment, right? You're in
That's
a
a
1-bedroom
good
apartment, right? You got bedroom, living room,
but that's
right?
that's where
Kitchen. It's like-
communication comes in, and that's why I said paying attention to your partner, right?
Yeah.
You have to pay attention. You can't just be so self-absorbed that you're not paying attention to what's going on emotionally with your partner.
Okay.
It's just noticing it and addressing it. Okay, I noticed you've been kind of short with me lately. You got these one word answers. You're not as excited as you used to be when I walk in the room. You just seem just real irritated. What's going on?
Exactly.
It's just questions like do you need me to go? You need me to go to my mom's house, or
you need a pass.
a pass,
Just say it.
a pass.
I will go to the amusement park.
Hey,
I want to go to Six Flags for a couple of, you know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
and get a free pass on all the rides.
wow. Whatever it is, it starts with communication, right?
Communication is key,
Communication
right?
is key. Talk it through. Get this past to this break, Michael. Let's get this past while we figure that out.
Let's take time, right, to ponder
To ponder upon
exactly
what we
about
need.
space,
Wow, we'll be back, y'all.
conscious intercourse.
Keep up with Power 108.9 on social media. Instagram
At Power 108.9.
and Facebook.
At Power 108.9.
It's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9. Power 108.9, a station for the people.
Honest question. Do you really know what's going on in the metro Atlanta real estate market?
I own half of Atlanta. You believe that? Real estate.
Team Todd Realty Group.
Atlanta has become a hotbed for real estate, and it's consistently growing by the day.
Nikita Todd and the good folks with Team Todd Realty Group are here to assist you with any of your real estate needs.
Looking to buy a house?
What I would tell a first-time buyer is to make sure that you have saved adequately.
Thinking about that investment property?
You reach out to me because, of course, I have a lot of resources.
Or trying to sell your house?
It's always best to consult with your realtor first. We have options to get your house on the market as quickly as possible. And we also have other options to where you can purchase with cash and sell your home later. So it's always best to consult a realtor because we have a lot of tricks of the trade that not everybody's privy to.
Don't wait another minute. Go to www.teamtoddrealty.com for more information.
Team Todd Realty Group.
If you're a content creator, social media socialite, influencer, or simply love to record current events, you need the joystick. The joystick is an essential tool for every type of digital content creator. It holds 2 or more mobile phones or tablets, allowing users to stream and record hands-free on multiple apps simultaneously. And it's lightweight and portable. For more information or to purchase your joystick today, visit our website at www.joystick.com.
With mine, and I'm almost 40. I'll be 40 this month.
Damn.
Really, Michael? I'm sorry.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
What's going on, y'all? This is Tony Hightower, and you are listening to Power 108.9.
Conscious intercourse.
Yes.
We're back.
We are talking about letting go.
And letting God.
And letting God. And how do you know when to let go and when to push through?
But letting go is like the most difficult thing ever.
It can be. It can be very, very difficult.
Because it's like you have these attachments.
Yes.
To circumstances.
To
outcomes. People. To outcomes. To the money. Right? These things are almost like life and death in some circumstances. It's like with a job, for example. The job could be getting on your last nerves. Your boss, it could be
the bills.
It's stressing. It'd be stressing you out.
Right.
Right. Somebody yelling at you at work.
Disrespecting
you. Harassing you.
Right.
You're not making enough money.
Somebody's getting paid more than you.
Yeah.
Doing less work than you.
Right. But letting go means that you got to now figure out how to get a new job, or potentially go a while without having a job. Right. And then, you got to pay bills, you got your children, you got debt, all these things, right?
Right.
That's from a job perspective. But then we get into what we were talking about before the break, relationships. It's like you have these attachments. You feel like you love and care for this person, right?
Right.
But then it's like letting go. It's like no longer seeing that person, right? All those good things that you have with that person, you're
no longer getting that good loving.
Exactly. Woo.
Woo.
Where Marvin at?
that sexual healing.
DJ. Right? Exactly, so you have all these good things that you're going to miss out on by letting go, right? Be familiar, because literally when you get in, especially in these relationships, especially when they are long, multi-years, you actually become like attached to that person. That person is like your family. They're like part of you,
Absolutely.
All the exchanges, have occurred, right?
It was like second nature first time. You get some good news. First thing you want to do is tell your partner.
Exactly. Call, text,
right? Whatever.
So you gotta like release and let go of all of that, right? So I get it in a circumstance where someone is like very, very like bad, right? In a situations where, because it's crazy thing about it is even when people are abused, and it's detrimental, they're still attached to the good things, right?
To the good things, or the hope that they will change. Because sometimes people they're going to always be who they are.
Correct.
But you just love them so much, and you just hope that they'll change. Like, I see better for you. I know.
And some people are actually addicted to the bad things as well.
Very true.
Because they grew up that
Trauma.
way. Yeah, right? People grew up traumatized, so subconsciously they recreate
the same thing.
Their known hells.
Absolutely.
Right? I know Les Brown said that, people are more comfortable with known hells than unknown heavens, right? That stuck with me
That's very true, though.
Right. So it's like, if you're in a known hell, how do you get out?
First recognizing that you're in a known hell.
Right. Recognizing and then letting go, right? But letting go is just so difficult. So you have to go through, it's like a process that you have to go through. You have to go through this, process of like shedding skin, or, apoptosis. I think that's the word, when, what's the thing when that caterpillar turns into a butterfly? Yeah, it's like you have to go through that process of that's very ugly, right? It's ugly, it's painful, it hurts. But the butterfly is standing on the other end, of the process, right? So you got to be able to find the courage and the fortitude to recognize that this is the best thing for you, right?
Right.
And once you get to that point, just got to stick with it, right? And and be. That's one thing I've learned as well. It's being compassionate with yourself, right?
Right.
Because you may fall back a couple of times. You be walking out the door, and they smile at you like, "Hey, babe, where you going?" It's like, you run right back in.
Hey, it looks like the results of your poll are in.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Wow. That is like unfair. Wow.
Wow. Was that you actually put the poll up? Wow.
Wow. So 3. So what exactly was the poll?
Well, we are.
What was exactly was the poll? Is this a good looking poll? Is this about who's better looking? What are we polling about exactly here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right?
Hey, they know what they talk about.
It's a lot of ladies listening. That's all I know. Because ain't no brothers.
Hey, there's a brothers.
Nah, I want no brothers. This is all the ladies. You know.
No, I'm curious. I'm curious to know the thoughts, though.
Come
on, y'all, call and chime in.
You know, brothers don't listen.
I want to hear what you're relating and.
You know, brothers don't listen.
With.
Brothers have ADHD. You know what I'm saying? These all sisters listening right now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No, it's brothers. It's definitely brothers.
It was 3 brothers, and they all voted for me. Literally. Look at that. Say, okay, brothers, well, let's go. See, so they're coming up. See, I'm waking up the brothers, right?
Come on in.
But what exactly is the poll, though? Let's revisit that.
I don't know.
Because this is very intriguing.
Right? I don't know. It is. Is it? I'm curious to know. But,
so we're talking about letting go.
We talk about letting go.
So I'm curious. We got to revisit that. Hey, can we run that back? It's a space, right? Because I have to be specific to understand exactly what poll we're referring to.
Ooh.
Well, okay, come on. Come on, stop it. That's not even real. Can't be. What are we polling here? Producer, what are we polling here? What are they pressing?
Oh my goodness.
What are they pressing? Who created this poll?
Hey, I loved it. Keep going.
So, what was the poll?
It's the energy, I guess it's the energy.
What's the name of the thing we going through that messed up your Uber Eats?
Yeah.
Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, that's what that is.
That's retrograde. It's got to be, right?
We're going to blame it on retrograde.
This is a retrograde thing. So
I mean, hey, we're talking about letting go, right? So I guess, what I'm saying is resonating with them. That's, space.
Space. So,
and not, not the amusement park.
Oh, is that what it is?
You want to go to the amusement
park. So space
just
and not.
Just because I need space don't mean that you go,
So space and not a pass. So space and not pass. So,
right, your pass.
So so space but not a pass. Okay, I could dig that. Right?
Can you dig that?
I could, to a certain extent. Like, what are we talking? Also, like you said, also depends on what is it exactly is the challenge in the dynamic, right?
Right, because I think, like I said, communicating and finding out, like, it's not, you have to talk to your partner.
Yes.
Unselfishly and communicate, like listening, like active listening. I'm not responding. I'm not communicating with you just to give you a response, but I'm actually listening to you.
Not hearing, but listening.
I'm not hearing, right?
Yeah.
I'm listening to you.
Yes.
And when you listen, just apply it. Like, all right, you need space. I get it. Let me go, or
go where?
Or go anywhere, or suggest that you go out, or maybe I'll do it. I'll plan for you to go, to a spa day or go out with the guys or something.
Okay.
But get whatever it is that you need to do to get out of this funk. Okay. Or maybe we just need to get out. Maybe get away from the children, because it could be take a vacation somewhere where we're not working, where we're just talking to each other, dealing with our issues.
Because when you made that commitment in the beginning, it was because you believed that this person is.
If there was a commitment,
I mean, most of the poll are things relating to commitment.
You think so?
Yeah, because if there's a pass, there's no issues of commitment when the pass is involved.
I guess this is true.
Because the only time sisters come out and be voting and polling is when there's a commitment issue.
I mean,
because they be like, I want you to desire me and only me forever.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Are you sure you believe that nothing's wrong with that?
I just don't see it working majority of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It happens for a moment here and there. But something happens,
This is the thing. We're human, right? We're human.
Allegedly.
We're going to be attracted to other people. You may have somebody like, man, you may be really, really tempted. Yeah. But there's always a choice, right? When you commit to a relationship, then you're committed.
Because I'm saying when you commit to it, yes.
Right.
Right, because
at that time, we're talking about commitment.
Because at the time you make the commitment,
right?
Right. You're in a certain mind state. You're a certain age, certain mind state, certain level of understanding, right?
Right.
But we all know that people evolve and change.
This is true.
We're in an information age. People are watching stuff on IG, social media, religion is being like discarded right now, and just like everything's being questioned right now. Like how we as humans have been operating for the last 100, 200 years is being challenged to the core right now. Every facet of our dynamics are being challenged. You know, this whole transition from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius is completely revolutionizing everything.
And you know what? That's not going to change. There's always going to be evolvement. There's always going to be outside influences.
Correct.
But when you commit and when you decide that I'm in this with you,
correct,
then who cares about what's going on?
No, it's not about. No, I'm just saying it's influencing you as well. I'm not, because the thing about it is you cannot pretend that you're not impacted by the evolution of humanity.
Okay.
Right? You could sit in your box and say, okay, you know, like, I'm not going to change or whatever because of whatever attachment or fixation you have. But you can't deny what's changing. Like people when cell phones and electronics were introduced, some people were like, oh, I'm not touching that stuff. It's only a matter of time before you got onto the cell phone. You know, those people that were bucking the system, but they got cell phones now because we're who we are, how we, you know, interact.
We're always evolving.
Yes.
Technology's evolving.
Yes.
Spirituality.
Exactly.
Relationships.
Exactly. Everything's evolving.
But all I'm saying is communicate. That's the whole thing.
Exactly.
You could honestly grow tired. Be like, you know what? I'm done with this. But communicate that.
Yeah.
You know,
but maybe
what
not
I'm
done
saying,
with.
when you're in a marriage
Yeah.
and when you take those vows, or you're just in a committed relationship,
correct,
respect it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, but also respected by communicating.
Exactly.
Right?
Correct.
Because to me,
so when we have issues and when we have hard times that we feel like we need space, still, even in those hard and difficult moments, respect the commitment.
Well, no, you respect it, right? By being transparent and honest.
Yeah, so you saying if you saying, you know what? I want to go.
Yeah, get a pass. You
okay.
communicate that, but like, you know, babe, like we've been at this 11 years, but I feel different now. I feel like I'm evolved.
Evolved.
Yeah.
I feel like I've evolved to not desiring you anymore.
No, to desiring you and something else in addition to it. Perhaps it could be a lot of different things. It could be, hey, I want to explore.
It's like that you go do that. You go. Like that's when you let go. That's
well,
when
perhaps,
it's like, yes,
or perhaps it's time for you to also evolve and recognize what's happening within you as well. Because it's like these things impact all of us as humanity as a whole.
Yes.
So some people are, you know, very attached or fixated on certain ideologies that weren't even theirs. These ideologies were ideologies that, you know, are oppressors.
But who's to say whose ideology is right? Who's
no,
to
it's
say
not
that,
about. It's not.
Who's
it's not
to
about,
say that your ideology
it's not about,
is right?
It's not about it's right or wrong.
Right.
It's about whether or not the people in the dynamic have evolved to accept other changes.
So telling someone that they need to change or they need to not be fixated on something.
It's not telling them that they need to.
It's
not telling them they need to change. It's just everyone, like we talked about earlier, everybody has to be self-aware of themselves.
Absolutely.
And understand where these energies and these dynamics are coming from.
Absolutely.
Right? Why do you feel the need to
step out,
to own somebody, to feel like somebody's your property, like your mind, like your...
Even in that, saying that, I think that's just one way of thinking. I don't think a marriage is owning someone. I don't think a commitment is owning someone. It's coming together and saying we're in this together.
Exactly.
We are choosing each other.
Exactly.
And I want you to choose.
And then we're going to control how we each other by setting rules and boundaries around each other, right?
Respectfully.
No, it's not about respectfully or not. We're choosing rules. We're saying, okay, we're going to control each other this way. We're going to put this agreement in place.
I don't like the word control.
But it is what it is. You may not like it.
It's called compromise.
Is it compromising? Oh wow, I'm losing everybody. Right? Hey. I'm a lone wolf out here, right? I'm a lone wolf out here, right? 3-10 to 1. Wow, that's bad. I mean, hey,
they can't be all women.
I don't know what this poll's coming from.
They can't be all women.
Right? I don't know what we're polling on.
Listen,
but hey, right?
You and this ideology of what you call it, communal, and sharing, and being Polyamorous?
I
Is
said
that it?
I didn't use those words.
You
I
didn't.
never.
You didn't.
So you just
but
came. You just made that up.
Now I'm just helping you. You know.
You're helping me clarify what I'm saying.
Clarify what you're
No,
trying to say.
What I'm simply saying is that in nature and who we are, this dynamic hasn't worked. There's in every relationship that we know of, majority of the time, there's some type of cheating that occurs. 90% of the time. I've been talking to a lot of men and women over the last 20 years of my life. From grandparents to my parents, you and I have had conversations. There's always infidelity. People want to hide it. That's cool, and be on Facebook and social media showing these happy pictures. But oh, we're so happy. We vacationed here. But then deep down inside, oh, somebody cheated at one point or another, or he's making up for he cheating. That's why he's taking her on a vacation, right? So it's like it makes up for it. Oh, I cheated on you, but guess what, babe? Let's go to Hawaii and spend, just ball out, right? Let me take you out and buy this new dress. So now we're gonna put it on Facebook. Look, he bought me a G-Wagon. Oh my God, girls, you know what I'm saying? But because he cheated on you, right? But it's like we can't deny that it's happening.
No, we can't.
So to me, it's like, why is it happening then? That's
because
really
people are not being honest with each other.
No, it's not. It's not about. No. It's not about. So you think they're cheating because they're not being honest with each other?
There's no transparency there because if it was, then you wouldn't call it cheating.
Exactly. But why is there desire to go do these things?
I think that's
people?
different for each individual.
No, but
couple.
it's happening. It's so prevalent though. We can't deny the prevalency of it. It's
cannot.
I mean, there's a side chick epidemic right now. Like literally, there's women out there.
Side chicks and side dudes too.
This is what all I'm saying is I don't know, but I don't hear the songs or people talking about side dudes. All I hear is side chicks, right? There are women that are choosing.
Oh, you groping now.
There we go. There we go. There are women out there who are choosing to be side chicks, home wreckers.
Yeah, they are.
Like literally.
Yes, they are.
Because why? It's like you have women out here.
They are, and that's
why?
the thing, and that's why it's so hard for relationships because people are not respecting and valuing that commitment.
But why? That's what I'm saying. We get that, but why? I'm trying to get to the why.
I think it's different for every couple.
No, but it's prevalent. It's happening to 90%. The divorce rate is as high as it's ever been. Like it's not working. That's
and that's something that we really need to address.
And the biggest thing is it's always infidelity is the biggest thing. People always leave and go do something with somebody else.
But that does not take away from the beauty of a monogamous and committed marriage.
The beauty of it is
because
beauty is an eye of the beer holder, right?
Absolutely.
The beer
beauty
holder.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
the beer holder.
Oh my God. Yes. And there are people out there who wish to be monogamous. Everybody is not just out here sleeping around and messing around.
It's not about sleeping around and messing around. That's two different things. There's an extreme, right? There's people that have chosen to be in committed polyamorous relationships.
True.
Those people that have chosen to be in open relationships.
True.
Those people that have chosen to be monogamous.
Exactly.
So it's not a one size fits all.
Exactly.
But we've been conditioned 100% of the time that monogamy is the only way. That's how from every movie we've ever watched, every cartoon, schools, religion.
I agree
everything,
with that. I agree with that.
So people don't even know people don't even know that they have the option to create this dynamic as they see fit.
See, the thing is, you say option. The thing is, do what you please.
No, so I'm saying the option. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I said, option. What I'm saying, people don't have. So people, for example, I'm going to talk about men.
Freedom.
I'm going to talk about men, for example. Most men will meet a woman, a beautiful woman, right? Mm-hmm. Fall in love with her, right? But then are afraid to tell her that they want to be open or that they want to because of the fear of losing her.
Right.
Right. So they're going to tell her everything she wants to hear. I've had people tell me, I had actually this conversation yesterday, that women want you to lie to them because they can't handle the truth. So men have actually adopted this philosophy that's been passed down in generations where they talk about women prefer when you lie to them because they can't handle the truth. So therefore, exactly. Even I think somebody even told me recently that Nikki Giovanni said this. She wrote something somewhere saying that She's a woman, very renowned, poet and author, writer. She said it apparently that women.
It's still a perspective.
That's what I'm saying, but it's
and she can't speak for all women.
But it's very prevalent though.
It is
so
very
prevalent. So what is going on? That's what I'm saying. So we're not talking about you per se or
I wouldn't even say you're talking about
minority.
most women.
I'm talking about the minority. See, it seems like this is a minority thing. The majority.
I think majority of women want someone that's honest with them. That's
exactly honesty, right?
Give me the option to say whether or not I want to be in this or not.
Correct.
By keeping it real with me.
Exactly.
If you want to be with someone, okay, let me know so I can then decide whether or not I'm going to stay in this.
Whether or not you're going to let go.
Let go, exactly. Right. But that's just.
Right?
I think that's just the way it should be.
Oh no. Right?
Hey, it's up and down
y'all
here.
changing your minds that quick, man.
Right? Give me the option. And I know all women don't think like that. Please don't lie to me. No. I don't care what Nikki Giovanni said. Don't lie to me. I don't care. No, be honest with me all the time.
I agree with you.
Even if it's gonna hurt me, even if I'm gonna cry and yell, I don't care. I would rather hear the truth.
Yes.
Give me the option to decide whether or not I'm gonna stay in this or not.
You were in an Uber ride with me where the man told us that, right?
What'd he tell us?
Remember he was saying that he drives an Uber.
Oh.
He says he Ubers.
On Friday nights to get away from his wife.
He dresses nice on Friday nights.
Friday nights
to go at the club.
Yeah.
So he could do his thing. And then I asked him, I was like, would you be okay with your wife doing it? I was like, no. He's like, men are different. Men can do this. Women cannot. Right?
See?
But this is a philosophy that's prevalent out here in these streets.
Yeah,
I've had conversations with plenty.
We all kind of messed up.
So it's like
kind of messed up.
So, but then to me, it's like the why. Like, why is that? That's the question for moi.
Because we have a lot of people being influenced by religion, which is very this or that.
Yes.
So
people aren't aware of that they have options. So because they only know one way of doing something, right?
No, people are aware
that
they have options.
No,
it's just that people
they're afraid
believe that this way is going to get me to God, and this way is going to send me to hell.
No, it has to do most.
So it's like either God or I'm going to burn in the hellfire.
Well, it depends also. I mean, if you're a Muslim,
or you just
a
rebel.
If you're Muslim is allowed, right? In the Hebrew culture,
not all.
I'm saying it's allowed. God will allow you to have multiple partners, and you make it to heaven. Christianity doesn't allow it, but Islam and Hebrew Israelites allow those types of things, and other Hinduism, other religions, traditional religions. Allow those things.
It's not all of Islam. No,
I mean,
it's not.
People people have the options in Islam to have. I'm not saying that they all do it. I'm saying they have the option. It's not a sin to have, multiple partners, right?
It's not a sin, but it's in this day of time, it's like, no, it's not.
Because why not? Because it's been influenced by.
Because most men are not capable of that. Most men are not even capable of handling one woman.
So it's the capabilities then. So if
mindset, it's the capability. It's a mindset. A lot of people have abused that.
So, okay.
Now
we're getting to somewhere.
It's been fed by ego and by flesh. It's not necessarily used as what it should be used.
What should be used for?
The growth of the dynamic of community, of family, of building, wealth. And
so if it's done in that context, then it's cool. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying it's done in that
context. You said there's a purpose for it, which I agree with you. I think polygyny or polygamy or whatever you want to call it, right, is purposefully for that purpose.
It is.
Most people that could actually in historical days that had multiple partners.
But we talking about historical days. These days, men are not mentally capable of handling that.
No, yes, they are. It's all because they're doing it anyways. That's what I'm trying to share with you.
That don't mean that they're capable of doing. They're doing it, but it's not done under the right.
Because they don't know it's an option because they've been conditioned. We're in a society where that's taboo, so they don't know that they could do it in the open. So they're doing it. It's happening behind the scenes anyways. They're doing it behind the
happening.
scenes.
Yeah, it's happening behind the scenes, but a lot of things is happening behind the scenes.
So let's come to the
because people are
forefront.
not being held accountable for.
Let's be authentic. Let's bring it all to the forefront and be transparent.
Be transparent
And then-
from the
and
beginning.
then
From
you
the
have-
beginning.
yeah, from the beginning, exactly.
So don't mislead somebody. Let somebody know who you are and what you believe from
And so,
the beginning.
but the thing about it is, in our societies, people are evolving, so they don't really know who they are in the beginning because they're evolving and figuring themselves out. So you have to be able to be aware and understanding that things are changing.
Absolutely.
We're in a day and age where people are now just learning that they could choose the type of lifestyle they want to choose.
And when you're in a committed relationship, regardless of what's changing, you made a choice that I'm in this with you. We're both changing. We're both evolving. But even through that, we're sticking by each other. We're communicating and being honest with each other.
Exactly. And because I've heard women say, I've heard some women tell me, hey, like another woman is not an issue. I'll let you have another woman because you and I have something that we've committed to. We've committed to each other spiritually to be with each other thick and thin. Another woman is not gonna do nothing for me as long as you and I are still what we are.
Then that works.
So
for
that's
you.
like,
That's
I was
good.
like, I'll let you. I was like, okay, that's interesting. So you got a lot of different perspectives and ideologies
You do.
here.
All
Some women,
different kind of people.
some women be like, yeah, I need the help around the house. I got these 7, 8 children. 10, 15 children, yes, it'd be good to have 2, 3 other women here helping me with these, so it's not all on me.
To each his own.
No, I get it. I'm saying to each his own.
Because I can get a nanny.
No, but I get it. But you got to pay your nanny a bunch of money. But the thing about it is, all I'm simply saying is, it's all about.
And then you got to take care of all these women's different needs. That's a lot to tend to.
No, but like I said, it's happening behind the scenes, anyways.
Hey,
most men are doing this, anyways, behind the scenes.
Listen, y'all.
It's very interesting.
Let
right?
people know who you are and what you're about from the beginning. Communicate. If you're in a committed relationship, things are going to get rough.
Yeah.
Communicate, right?
Yeah.
Talk it through. You need space. You need space. If you need a pass, communicate it.
Right.
Communicate that. If that works for you,
then compromising, right?
compromise.
Perhaps, right?
But take into account what your partner is going through. Don't be selfish.
Yeah, it's vice versa, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody's got to be accountable for the partner, what they're going through, right?
Absolutely.
Look
at this. Yeah, this is interesting. We're gonna have to touch on this poll later.
Yeah, this poll is very.
Gotta,
this scoreboard is lopsided, man. This is some Mercury
retrograde. We're gonna have to talk about this
right
again
here.
next show, y'all. So we gotta pick this up.
This is some ish
but
right here.
But that's the final. Hey.
Conscious
I blew you out.
Exactly. You blew me out. I like the sound of that. Conscious intercourse.
This is the problem right now, men.
Hey, you said it.
Men.
You blew me out. I was like, okay, conscious intercourse. We're going to blow it out the waters.
Anyway.
Yo, once
choose
again.
love, y'all. Always choose love. Always. In any situation, choose love, not fear. Conscious intercourse.
Take care. Peace.
Talk to 'em.